The Midwest's only drive-through safari. Feed the animals. See live educational shows. Feel the excitement. Have your picture taken with a python or cockatoo. Feel the adventure. Shop the Symbol Lodge gift shop with items available from around the globe. Visit the snack bar or picnic facilities. Enjoy a pony or camel ride. Or cheer your favorite porker on to victory in the famous Pork Chop Down. Bring your family to see the rare and exotic animals at African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton, Ohio. Just take Route 2 to the Route 53 North exit and follow the sign. Only 17 miles west of Cedar Point via Route 6. Open every day, rain or shine.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be confusing. Like Swedish techno confusing.
Bark, bark, meow, meow. Dance with me, purple cow. Bark, bark, meow, meow. Ooh, you lovely cow.
Geico makes it easy. With 24/7 access, all you have to do is go to Geico.com and you can save money on car insurance. It just makes sense. Unlike,
Dance with me, purple cow. I like your move.
When you don't go to Geico.com, car insurance can be hard. Like early 90s heavy metal hard.
I'm yelling and screaming and I'm loud. Roar.
Geico makes it easy. You can review and update your policy or report a claim on Geico.com or the Geico mobile app. Because shouldn't we all have a little less stress in our lives?
I'm not even upset about anything.
All right, welcome back to the Balance. 1 hour in the books. 917-889-8516 is our digits if you want to give us a call. Thank you to Matthew-Embury, our official IndyCar contributor, talking a little bit about the IndyCar funny season. Also threw a little bit of a sprinkle of college football, teasing us getting ready for what's coming up next. I'm Steve Wilson, our official NASCAR contributor, editor-in-chief of Speedway Digest, talks with us a little bit about the Round of 8 as we are getting closer and closer to a championship race champion in the NASCAR series. They are out in Kansas. But joining us now is the semi-retired Rick-riggin. How are you doing, sir?
Well, the question is, how are you doing? You doing okay after that drunken duck?
Oh my gosh, brother! I'll tell you what, man. That's one of those drinks where the ducks they seem all nice and then they sneak up on you. It was a little rough getting up this morning, but hey, I turned 50.
I was giving you a hard time about it. I don't really oppose the drink. I just think I didn't like the two rubber ducks making out sitting on top of the drink. I think that's my problem with it.
Well, it really only comes with one duck. I went out there with some friends. I did have a female companion with me last night, and so I stole her duck and put it in mine and was making them kiss, and so I had to take a picture of it, So, yeah, fun times, but good food, fun times, and I'll be 50 when our show starts next week. I'll be 50 years old. So I'm just saying that's a half of a century of life. We're just talking about how things have changed over the years. My friends all have kids. They all have cell phones, and it's like I didn't ever have a cell phone when I was a kid. Of course, cell phones weren't around. I remember my dad was the first one in our family that had a cell phone, and it came in a bag, and it looked like he was getting ready to call in air support. That's how much things are changing now. Now we rely on everything. But yeah, the drunken duck certainly a drink that I don't know what is all in it. I have no idea. It's got a multiple, I think 8 or 9 different types of liquor in it. And it comes in like a big, for those that didn't see the picture, it's like a big fishbowl beer type thing, but they call it the Lagoon. Man,
well, maybe you should post a picture for the listeners out there on Twitter or something like that.
I'll do that. It is on my Instagram. It is on my personal Twitter. It's also on Facebook as well. Well, rick-riggin, I tell you what, we got some college football to talk about. We'll get into that as well. But the Colts have Buffalo at home. Buffalo's playing their third-string junior varsity quarterback. If we cannot win, it's RIP, brother.
Well, I still think that division's wide open in a way because I don't think any one team in the AFC South really stands out. But the Colts need to get some wins because starting off at 1-4, it's not looking good for Frank Reich in his first year in Indianapolis.
Well, as you've said many times and use your words, you can't judge a coach by the first year. You got to give him time to acclimate, and a lot of this stuff just is
right.
We got luck back, but there again, when you have other injuries like Doyle and others, it's hard to put this together when you're dealing with injuries and that sort of stuff as well. Well, your Notre Dame Fighting Irish are on a bye this week, so let's talk a little bit about the top 25, and we're going to be getting back into the hope is anyway that we'll get back on Swing with Rick and Rank this Wednesday to talk a little bit. I think that's actually my birthday, as a matter of fact. But so we'll get into college football talk, but let's do our own version of the balance breaking rank. Let's start with, of course, what else would we start with? Number one, Alabama. Nick Saban today against Tennessee. They really need him later on in the season. It's not a must play for him today. What are your thoughts?
I agree. They need to just sit to this game. He's banged up with a knee injury. It's kind of a nagging knee injury, and he carried in with him into the season. And then he got hit again. Are you laughing?
Oh, okay. All right. I have to clue you in here. The female companion that was with me last night is listening to the show. I said I did not know what was in the Drunken Duck. Her text.
I thought you were laughing at the stuff I was saying. I don't know.
Well, I'm multitasking. So, okay, here's the ingredients for the Drunken Duck. Melon liquor, blue Carago orange, vodka, rum, pineapple juice, and Sprite. So now we know what's in the Drunken Duck. And I'm sure I just said it wrong. Curaco, orange vodka, rum, pineapple juice, and Sprite.
I don't know what you said, but that's Ciroc.
Yeah.
Ciroc life. You live that Ciroc lifestyle, aren't you? Well, thank you, lady companion, for the ingredient list and the information. I'll swear Tom away on his pronunciation of some of these drinks, but yeah, living that Ciroc lifestyle, making out a rubber duck on top of the drinks.
Well, you got the picture. You can post it also. You have posting ability to the balance. All right, we're back. Let's get back on track with Alabama.
Tua needs to probably just sit this game out. Smooth transition back into college football here. Go ahead and sit this one out. Saban, that's kind of not Saban style. He's been saying all week that he's just fine. Tennessee plays good defense. I don't think they're going to have enough on offense, not even kind of, to hang with Alabama. But they might be able to hold to that kind of rhymes. You say that it sounds like a thing. To maybe 3 touchdowns. I don't know. If they play Jalen Hurts, Bama might actually be in a closer game than what everybody's thinking. But I think Tua's, again, going to play in the first half, even though he probably should just go ahead and sit this one out. But I think Tennessee's defense is going to step up. They're not going to have nowhere near the horsepower on offense to hang with Alabama.
Well, absolutely. I totally agree with you, and that's why I think this is a good time to let Tua Hill may not be very popular with fans and may not be very popular with the media, but I think I don't know, maybe I'm on the fence with this a little bit, but I just certainly think that this is a good time to rest your quarterback because you're really going to need him in the final stretch of the season. So let's talk a little bit about the top 25 teams, Rick, and certainly obviously kind of a teaser for what's coming up with Breaking Rank. I think week 8 is going to be a little bit bonkers, much like week 7. And we're not – and now we're kind of into the portion of college football schedule where every weekend looks clearly coincidental, if you will. And so each week on Breaking Rank, what we do is we break down the rankings, and as they come out, and we strategically placed it on Wednesday so that we can talk about the game, the ranks in the games and so forth. So let's talk a little bit about number 3 Clemson 6-0 against number 16 North Carolina State. 3:30 today on ESPN. North Carolina State, don't get me wrong, even though they're ranked number 16, they're very, very good. And Clemson is good as well, but I think this could be a ball game. And honestly, in all reality, I think that this could be one of the upsets that you see this week where Clemson gets upset by North Carolina State.
Once again, I agree with you. It's 2 in a row today. Twice in a row now, and I agree with you. And I
feel the earth's taking under my feet.
I don't like it. That's 2 in a row now. I'm with you here, too. I think NC State has a good chance to pull off the upset today. There's only like 7 undefeated teams left. NC State is one of them. They're playing against Clemson today. I'm still not sold on Trevor Lawrence as the quarterback for Clemson, after Kelly Bryant left school and is transferring. So we'll see. We saw them get beat up by Syracuse. Clemson did a couple weeks ago. They could have easily lost that game. Well, this ain't Syracuse coming to town today. NC State's a lot better team than Syracuse. Clemson's going to have their hands full, and I'm with you. This could be an upset.
Well, keep in mind, NC State has definitely played Clemson really tough in the last 2 years in a row, so we'll see how it plays out. Let's look at number 5, LSU, 6-1, coming in versus number 22, Mississippi State, which is 4-2. I don't know that there's a lot to talk about on this game, but an LSU win sets up a man ball Christmas, if you will. Are we allowed to say man ball? But I'm just saying. It looks like that an LSU win will really be a good win for LSU against number 22 Mississippi State.
That loss against Florida is the only thing keeping LSU out of the top 4 right now. It's the reason I know Notre Dame's undefeated, but if LSU would have beat Florida and been undefeated, LSU being the number 4 spot right now, not Notre Dame. LSU's defense is elite. It's probably just as good or maybe even, and I'll say it, better than Alabama's defense at this point right now. I don't think it on offense they're quite there with Alabama, but we're going to see LSU and Alabama here in a couple weeks. That game's coming up. That's going to be a great game. Those two defenses going head-to-head. It's just going to come down on Joe Burrow, the quarterback for LSU, what he can do against Alabama's defense, because we know what Tua can do. And I don't think LSU had their problems today. I mean, they just really took it to Georgia. So I don't think they had their problems today against Mississippi State. Mississippi State just isn't what they were a couple of years ago. They are a good team, but no problems today for LSU, and looking forward to LSU-Alabama showdown here in a couple weeks.
Yeah, either way, the winner's eventual game against Texas A&M could determine the SEC West second-best team and a New Year's 6th spot. So certainly all eyes are on LSU Tigers today. Here's one that we talked about with Matt a little bit earlier. I'm going to get with Mo as one of our Bloodline bet games that we're going to talk about here later on in the last half hour of the show. But and that's number 6 Michigan against number 24 Michigan State. Now, I'll be the first one to eat crow on Jim Harbaugh in Michigan. I still think he's overrated and overpaid, but at the same time, he has been able to muster some wins together. But Michigan State and Michigan, that in-state brotherly love or brotherly hate rivalry could really have some serious implications today. I think Michigan can beat Michigan State, but at the same time, if they fall asleep at the wheel, brother, it's all over.
Yeah, I want to agree with you a third time here.
You're just not going to agree.
Yeah. Well, if Michigan State pulls off this win today, then Michigan's playoff hopes are 100% done. I mean, they might already be done anyway, because there's a lot of people out there saying even if Notre Dame gets one loss, takes one loss, then the argument is they own the tiebreaker over Michigan still because they beat them head-to-head. So, Michigan's chances are still kind of – it's a good chance, but a small chance at the same time. And a loss today will completely eliminate them from the playoffs. But I think Harbaugh gets it done this year only because of Shea Patterson, the quarterback. Harbaugh's not had a quarterback like this at Michigan. He's been great. Ever since that loss at Notre Dame, Michigan has been a great team. That's the way I thought they would be this year. They would get better and better and better after playing Notre Dame, but they just wouldn't put it all together in week 1 against Notre Dame. It's turning out to be exactly the way I thought it would. And Michigan they're probably going to win pretty big today against Michigan State. But they lose. If Michigan State can pull off what they did against Penn State last week, Michigan